This video is guaranteed to end your social anxiety because beauties and cuties, I'm here to tell you 4 amazing ways that you can end that social anxiety and get yourself more social, more courageous, and more out there. So let's get into it. So the first way to end your social anxiety is to realize that everybody is not focusing on you, babes. Everybody is more focused on themselves. When you go into social settings and you have that sort of mindset about no one really cares about you, everyone cares about themselves, that, for me at least, is the biggest relief of my life. Because realizing the fact that we are all in our heads about ourselves, about our mannerisms, about the way we talk, we all have our little insecurities that we worry about, that literally there's no physical brain capacity for us to care about what everybody else is doing. So if you're finding yourself a little self-conscious, a little shy, and a little nervous around people, switch to that mindset and you're gonna be like, wow, I can just really do whatever the fuck I want, because literally everyone is just as nervous as me, if not more. For the most part, as human beings, it is our human nature to be more concerned with ourselves. As selfish as that might sound, it is literally the truth, because I think we often want to portray ourselves a certain way out into the world. And that comes with a lot of mental cognition. That comes with a lot of strategic thinking. When you are confident and you have a good sense of self, those insecure thoughts won't get to you because, again, everybody is more conscious about themselves at the end of the day. So just realize that and you'll carry yourself into social settings in such a more graceful way, beauties and cuties. The second way to end your social anxiety is to literally get out of your comfort zone. Literally get out of the routine of things. If you're a routine type of person and you find comfort in routine, not that there's anything wrong with routine, because let me tell you, as a Capricorn, I love my routines. I think they keep me grounded, they keep me moving towards my goals, they keep me exponentially growing. However, life is not meant to do too much of one thing, and routines are included in that. So get yourself out of your daily routines, because when you're so rooted in your routines, which most of the time happens at your house, away from people, you will get caught up. And when you go out into social settings, it'll be such an uncomfortable environment that you won't even know what to do. Now, if you are wanting to get yourself more out there, meet more friends, interact with more people, you have to make social settings your norm. And so by going out frequently, by putting yourself more in these social situations, over time, they won't be as scary as you think they are. I used to be such a former homebody, so every time I went out, I was just always like overthinking about what I would look like, what I was saying. I was just freaking out all the time. But as I grew older and as I just got myself more out there, as I became more comfortable in my extroverted ways, because I'm an ambivert, so I ebb and flow between introvert and extrovert ways. As I got out more, social settings didn't seem so bad. I would literally be going out with my friends when I was in college like 3 to 4 times a week. Crazy. I don't know if I could do that now, but back then I'm really glad I got that social conditioning. Especially after the panorama, I really had to get myself out there again because I was so rooted in my introverted ways because of a lockdown and everything. So getting yourself outside your comfort zone will help you normalize social settings, and they won't be as daunting of a thing to go to. They won't be as scary. And I think when you start to normalize social settings, that will give you more of a freedom to navigate these social settings without the overall anxiety and stress about worrying that you're actually going to a social setting. You'll just find your flow, you're gonna find your rhythm. And I think when it comes to socializing, you have to ebb and flow. It's a dance, beauties and cuties. So get yourself outside your comfort zone often, okay? My third way to end your social anxiety is an underrated one, but it is to practice mindfulness exercises, such as yoga, such as meditation, or whatever that may be for you. I know that might be contradictory to what I'm trying to say because, again, to end your social anxiety, you gotta get out there and socialize. But when you think of mindfulness exercises, you think being by yourself, being in your own energy. However, I think cultivating mindfulness, such as staying present, will really help you in social situations. Because when you have social anxiety, comment down below, babes, if you can relate to this, but at least in my experience of having social anxiety, I would be literally always in my head. Most of the time, actually, I'd be taken out of the moment. I was just always worried about the right things to say, or am I coming off funny, or if I'm charming enough. That it really takes you outside the present moment, and you don't really soak up information that other people are giving to you, such as their names, such as their stories and everything. When somebody is the most present in social situations, people are actually drawn to a more present person because everybody on this planet Earth wants to feel heard, they want to feel seen. So when you make an effort to be present and actually listen and reciprocate to other people, babes, that will give you so many social points, it's gonna be insane. And a great way to do that is to practice mindfulness. So what I like to do is in the morning, I practice 10 minutes of meditation, pure silence. I don't really do guided meditations anymore. I just open my window and I hear the nature, I hear the birds chirping, the wind rustling the leaves. I feel like it really gets me present into the moment. When I meditate, I also practice listening. So I do 10-minute meditation in the morning, 10-minute meditation at night. How that's helped me navigate social situations is I turn off my thoughts. And I think turning off your thoughts is a great thing, especially when you navigate social anxiety, because a lot of that social anxiety, beauties and cuties, it's all up in your head. You're making up 99.9% of these anxious and scary situations that haven't even happened and probably won't even happen. Before going to a party in the past, I'd find myself pre-gaming in the car by myself, thinking about the worst case scenarios. And then when I actually go to the party, I feel even more nervous. I like psych myself out. So it is so important to turn off your thoughts every once in a while. And I think meditation really grounds you into the present. And it really centers you in the moment because social settings, it's such a present thing. And I think it should be. I mean, I know we live in this technological modern day age now. And sometimes when we go to parties or gatherings, people be on their phones. But the most present person is the most attractive and magnetic person. And this is not a video on magnetism. However, those people who are the most present don't even have social anxiety because they are so rooted in the here and now. And that's where I want you to be, babes. So whether it's journaling or meditation or even doing movement exercises such as yoga or qigong, whatever floats your boat in the mindfulness realm, gravitate to something and start to implement it into your daily practices because I guarantee you, beauties and cuties, it's gonna help in the long run with your social anxiety. And the fourth and final way to get rid of that social anxiety is to really make an effort to be social. Your social muscle is actually like a physical muscle. When you go to the gym often and you work out those muscles grow, they expand. It's the same thing with socializing. The more you get out there, the more you make an effort to socialize, even just to smile at somebody or say hello. You can do that 3 times a day. I feel like 3 times a day of just waving or saying hi to somebody or smiling would be great ways to practice socializing more. You don't have to do full-on conversations to socialize with people. Socializing can also be non-verbal communication, such as waving, such as smiling. And I think those ways are just as powerful of practices to implement along with verbal socializing. All in all, really make efforts to get out there and socialize because if you really want to expand your social circle, if you want to gain more charisma, if you're finding yourself being tired of being shy all the time, this is your message to really expand on your social aspects and get out there. Whether it's going to a cafe and speaking and striking up a conversation with a barista, or whether it's going to a little club and dancing and meeting some new friends, or whether it's going to a library and talking to the librarian about a certain book. I think there are so many opportunities for us to exercise this muscle of socializing. And we need to open our minds to the facts that it is not something that we inherently do. I may appear to be such a naturally charismatic and social person of how I portray myself online and everything. However, that wasn't always the case. I did struggle with social anxiety, especially when in my younger days. I had to overcome a lot of mental hurdles and a lot of anxious thoughts. But when I started to implement mindfulness, when I started to implement these ways, they helped me eliminate social anxiety all in all. So babes, I hope you take what I said and I hope you like this short but sweet video. If you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And also, be sure to follow your favorite internet gunkle on Instagram and TikTok right here. And I hope you take these ways and implement them to yourself and really just go for it, babes. Gunkle believes in you. And remember, your favorite internet gunkle loves ya. Bye.